Hello, my lovelies. Crysta here from Litter to Glitter. So glad you could join me today. So let me tell you what we're going to jump right into what we're doing today. And first, we're going to start with painting a pair of shoes. Actually, I'm going to paint one shoe from the pair. They're canvas. You can pick these up at Walmart, Dollar General, anywhere inexpensively, anywhere from $5 a pair to, 20, $30 a pair, depending on how much. I like to paint on canvas, the canvas shoes. You can do it on leather. You can do it on pleather. You can do it on, a bunch of different styles. For what all the intents and purposes of what I'm doing is that I am going to be wearing these. As many of you know, I am going to the Indiana Pinners Conference in Indianapolis in October. And so what we're going to be working on is I'm actually going to be wearing these shoes. And I also have, I don't know if you can see because I've got stuff on top of it, but I've got a pair of bib overalls here that once we get done with the shoes, we're going to start on the bibs. And I will also be taking my bib overalls. Hey, Tracy. Thank you for joining me. So I am going to be taking these shoes and my bib overalls with me to the Indiana Pinners Conference. And this is the great thing, guys. If you have a little girl or a little boy, yourself, your husband, whatever, and you've got those clothes that are kind of dingy and you want to throw them out, but they're good. There's not rips on them. I mean, I pay extra for the rips in my jeans. I pay extra for that. But if you like them and you just want to, they're a little dingy, you want to get them up. Hey, Joanne, thanks for joining me. Then what you can do is you can paint this stuff. So you can take what you already have and upcycle it. So that's what we're doing. I already had these shoes, and they got they were bright white, but, I've worn them a little bit. So now it's time to do something with them. So when you're painting on canvas fabric, the best thing that you can do is to make sure that you have lots of water. And so I don't know if you guys can see, and you can't because I'm looking at my screen. Hey, Miss Debbie. Debbie Sellers is on. She's with Sweet Southern Sellers, and I love that lady. Hey, Miss Debbie. So I need to pick a color, and right now in front of me, I have, you're not going to believe how many paint colors I have out because we're going to be doing some stenciling, and I didn't know what colors we were going to be picking, so if you can't choose a color, choose them all. Okay, so I have mint julep. I have sea glass. Call out a name of a paint if you like it and you think my shoes would be faboo in them. I've got blueberry. I have antebellum blue. I have me some honky tonk red, which will not be going on my shoes. Sorry about that. Savannah Mist. I also have Moonshine Metallics in Steel Magnolia. And so these are a metallic. And I also have Caribbean Metallic. Now back to the regular. Hey, Carrie. Good. Carrie, you can help me. I'm picking out colors to paint my shoes. I've got Mermaid's Tail. So if you see a color you like, yell it out. I got Dusty Blue. I have the Gulf. We're not even done yet. I've got Stormy Seas. Plum Crazy. And Palmetto. You just about lost your coffee when you... No, my shoes will not be honky tonk red. That one is off the table. I am not Dorothy. I am going to Indianapolis, not Kansas. So let's see here. I'm thinking probably mint julep, mermaid's tail, sea glass. What do y'all think? Plum crazy, stormy seas, antebellum blue. See, man. All right. Why don't we do... All right, here we go. We're going to do a little bit of plum crazy. We're going to do a little bit of stormy seas. And we're going to do a little bit of antebellum. So by doing this, these three colors, this is what was just picked, is the stormy seas Antebellum Blue, and Plum Crazy. So what I'm going to do is, see this one still got the shoelaces on. I took the shoelaces off of this one. What you want to do is you want to take your Mr. bottle. Debbie says, oh, mermaid's tail. Where's my mermaid's tail? Okay, we'll do 4 colors, and that's it. That's it, ladies. We got 4. 4. All right. I have red shoes that I used to wear when I did hospital rotations to keep my continuous. Did you really? Yeah, I'm not doing red shoes. So what you want to do is you want to take your Mr. bottle. I always put my hand in here like this, and I give my canvas a misting. You don't want your shoe sopping wet, but you do want the fabric damp. And so I am going all over until I see that the fabric has changed color. I know you're not supposed to, but I'm going to stick my tongue out at you. See, stuck my tongue out at you. Get my tongue. There we go. Now, since we're going to be blending, I'm going to keep this close. Oh, as a conversation piece? Well, I have a feeling between my shoes and my bibs and my cowboy hat and my purple hair, I think we're going to have enough conversation. So let's get this rolling. I like to use really firm, natural tipped brushes when I'm working on fabric like this, because it does push it down into the weave. And I didn't anticipate this many colors. So, oh, those are all very soft tipped. Okay, so I'll just use some stencil brushes then. Huh. Divide and conquer, baby. Adapt and overcome. So what we're going to do is start with my Antebellum Blue right there on the tip, and I am pushing it down into the fabric, kind of a scrubby. You want to kind of scrub it in. And I didn't worry about taping off because when it hits this, you can just kind of wipe it off. Just wipe it off with your finger. You can always spend hours taping this off, but why? I mean, if I was doing a really expensive pair of shoes, maybe, but you know, by the time I get done with them, and I'm going to drop paint on them anyway because I'll be wearing them. And if you wanted to, Dixie Belle has a product called Slick Stick, and you could use that on this plastic rubber tread, and then you could paint over top of that if you wanted this not white. So you could do that as well. Okay, so we got a little bit of Antebellum Blue, and then Pooh Bear. There it is. Because like I said, I did not anticipate, so I didn't have a lot. I'm just wiping this onto my painter's tarp because, again, it's a painting tarp. You don't need special stuff. If I was smart, I would have grabbed my paper towels, and why I didn't, I have no idea. But then now let's go into, whoops, and I just dipped it right back into the Antebellum Blue. Let's go into Stormy Seas. And I'm just going to kind of dot this along. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with my water since I want it kind of blended in. And I am just going to go back and forth into that Antebellum Blue with the Stormy Seas. And again, kind of just scrubbing it in. See if y'all can see how that's coming out. Very quick, very simple. And I'm going to go right into the crease there and right along my seams, pulling my color as I go along. And do the same thing on the other side. Get into that seam right there, right up to what I'm doing there. So then, all right, Let's do Mermaid's tail. There we go. We're going to do some Mermaid's tail right up in here. And again, going over those eyelets doesn't matter either because it's metal. And so once this dries, you can scrape it right off there. Give it a little pop of color there. Just going to do it right to about this area right here. Do the same thing on the other side. Right about there is going to be my cutoff. And again, using the bristle brush, the natural bristle brush, you can scrub it into your fabric easier. And I'm going to bring it forward to kind of go in to where the stormy seas was. Again, I'm going to stick my tongue out. You know what? I'm going to come back to the tongue because I think I want to do something else on the tongue. Just getting all the way around. And then I'm going to keep it moist because I want to blend the mermaid's tail and the plum crazy in together in this area. So I want to make sure it's damp and wet. Not drippy wet, but you know what I'm saying. And the good thing is, guys, guess what? It's only paint. If you don't like it, you can always paint over it. But I can tell you that this Dixie Belle is highly pigmented, and it does take the paint to the fabric extremely well. See how that's blending and pulling that in? And go back the other way to get a little bit more blend in there. And then we're going to go more plum crazy at the back end of this shoe. Hey, Wanda. Yell for Shorty for the paper towels. He's not here. So Shorty's at his day job. So for those of you that don't know, Ann from Indiana is in Facebook jail again for 30 days. So she is joining us over on my YouTube channel. And so Ann says hi. Hey, Ann. And I'm going to scrub that in around the tops. And I will get you guys a close-up, and then we will be moving on to the bibs. And so I'm going to scrub that in some more. You notice I added just a little bit more mermaid's tail there on this side because you see how that side blended. Let me get around here so you guys can see. I've got it set up mainly for the bibs, but see how that blended in and that side didn't? So you just go, you add a little bit more paint. I did it straight off my stick. And then I'm going in with some plum crazy right there. And then let me hit it with some water. It's the great thing about Dixie Belle paint is that it loves water. Absolutely loves water. And then we're going to be blending those colors back and forth to make that really crazy blend in. And so there we go. That is Antebellum Blue into Stormy Seas, into Mermaid's Tail, and into Plum Crazy. So very, very quickly, we have taken, what was that? How long have I been on? I've been on 15 minutes and talked for 10, okay? So in about, no, okay, I talked for 5. In 10 minutes, we went from plain blah to, hey, baby. Now, the great thing about this is that once these dry, I can stencil on top of these. I can add polka dots. I can do diamonds. I can do stripes. I can do whatever I want. I just want to make sure that this is going to dry first. So what I'm going to do is, since I've got paint left over, is remember I said I was going to do something different with the tongue? I'm going to scrub all that paint off from where we mixed the mermaid's tail and the Plum Crazy onto the tongue. Get down in there just a little bit more. There we go. There you go. So tell me what you think. Wanda says she loves them. Wanda's in from Alabama. So like I said, in a matter of, well, this is the right, left. So that's the front. Showing you guys from the back. And again, watch, I can get down in the creases here and wipe that stuff off while it's wet, or when it dries, it'll just peel off. So from the back, that's one side and the other side. Cosmic, huh? All right, so we're gonna throw those over there for now. I will do the other one off camera and post pictures. Let me get these things back to where they were. Okay, that was where my mermaid's tail was. Let me see. Okay, that's definitely Stormy Seas. If I don't put them back where they belong, they don't exist. Anybody else? And then when I start putting stuff away, I will put like, and I just did. So my antebellum blue went there. My Stormy Seas goes there. So boom, baby. Hello, Craft Hostess sister. Really like these. Thank you, Unique. Carrie says, I have funky colored shoes I wear in the house. Water yoga shoes. Yep. It might, Carrie says it might be a Texas thing. There was an A in there for funky colors. No, we just like what we like. And, you know, I've had enough white shoes. So I get them, I wear them out, and then I paint them. I had about 2 years ago, I had a pair of Chucks that were white 30 some years ago. And I decided, you know what? I don't like them. And, you know, they're old and they're comfortable. And seriously, I had these things in high school. So it was 30 some years ago. And I painted them in the Moonshine Metallics in rose. And 2 years later, they still look babu. So, oh, also something else you can do with your shoes. You can put the paint in spray bottles. See that? And do that style as well. I'm going to put that back on my foot. So, but yeah, that is, yeah, white shows every bit of dirt. Hey, Miss, I think that is Sandy on, because Debbie was on earlier, and Debbie Sandy Design Company. That's got to be Miss Sandy. Hey, Miss Sandy. And Tammy Martin's on. She's in West Virginia. So now what we're going to be doing is working on bibs, because again, I am going to the Illinois Pinners Conference in October. And so I am taking stuff that I already have, whether it be denim jackets, blue jeans, shoes, purses, leather. I've already done suitcases for my travel. I like to personalize. And so I'm going to pick these up real quick so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. These are a pair of my bibs. If y'all have seen me doing videos, y'all have seen me wear these before. There's my bibs. with the holes in the knee that I paid extra for. My husband doesn't understand why I buy ripped up jeans, and I don't either. Only thing I can tell you is I was a child of the 80s, and we had to work hard back then to get holes in our jeans. We earned them. So what I like to do is I like to put my jeans out, get them all nice and flat. And I'm going to go around and I'm going to put my tripod down just a little bit more so you guys can see easier for what I'm doing. See, now you can see all my colors. Look at that. Told y'all I had a bunch of colors laid out because I figured I'd give you guys some choices. Let y'all help me design what I'm doing. Let's see here. I love that. I thought they had the same shoes I do, but faded. Miss Sandy says that's what all my clothes look like. Love you, girly. Unique says I've seen the spray bottle method done. It's pretty cool too. Yes, and also the thing is that if you are an avid painter like I am, I get paint on my clothes anyway. So once you make them yours, who cares if you got a little splotch of paint on them? Who's going to notice? So what I was saying about upcycling what you have in your closet. So like right around here on little girls' jeans, on the back pocket here, down here, you could always add little roses. I'm not afraid to say it, but I wore hand-me-down clothes coming up. And my mom used to paint my clothes back in the 70s. Yes, she did not. Indiana, not, did I say I was going to Illinois? And from Indiana. Yeah, I'm going to Indianapolis, Illinois, Penner's Conference, not Indiana, not Indianapolis. And I'm going to Indy, guys. So that's where we're going. All right. So what I like to do is you can do the same method. You can blend on fabric like this if you want. But I also like using stencils. I love using my stencils. And I think I'm going to start with my butt pockets. I don't know what y'all call them. My rear pockets, butt pockets. And so I'm going to lay it out flat. And I was going to show you guys a way. Now, see, I have this stencil right here. And it's going to go way over my pocket, which is not something that I want. But, look, I've got this right here. So a technique that you may not have seen, back pockets is what Tammy says, back pockets, all what I called them. And then you can layer these two stencils together. So this pattern, let's see here, wherever I put that, and I'm going to layer my stencil wherever I want to put that, just where it's going to be a combination of both stencils. So what I want to do is I want to center this on my pocket. And then I'm going to take this stencil and layer over top. And I kind of like that that goes up in the top. I want to make sure whatever I do that it's the same on both sides. That's the only thing. And so I like it like that. So what color are we going to do, ladies? Give me an idea. Mint julep, sea glass, moonshine metallic. Do I want some bling on my hind dingham, or do I just want straight paint? I've got palmetto, plum crazy, stormy seas, the Gulf, dusty blue, mermaid tail, caviar, Savannah mist. Y'all tell me, because if not, I'm getting ready to go grab. So give it just a second so you guys can tell me what you think. Joy went back to the red. She wanted me to have red on my hind dingo. All right. That was the first one out. So that's where we're going. Let me see if I can get this. There we go. Yep. Red with a little metallic, the Gulf. I've got a red, the Gulf, moonshine metallic. How about the lower stencil? You do a lot of different. Are you talking about layering? So what I'm going to do is, how about, okay, fine. I'll start with the honky tonk red. Now, again, I'm just going to spritz my fabric. Let me see. Because you want the paint pattern to be bigger, because you want that pattern to show. And so that's what I am doing right now, is trying to make sure that my fleur-de-lis pattern, you know what, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go with the red. Anne is on YouTube. She said purple. Anne, how did I know you were going to say purple? Considering Anne's answer to everything is purple. Anne loves her some purple. And I can't say I don't blame her. And so I am going to give this a quick, not a full dose of red, because we're going to be layering other colors in. Because I got me an idea. The pattern that I picked would not show up properly, that it was for the other stencil. And I've got a wayward bristle. That's okay. Come here. Here. There you go. And so, like I said, I'm just making sure I hit the outline. Of this. And so that way, when I come back and do some stuff over top of it, it will definitely show that pattern. So I'm just giving it kind of a neutral base. Well, it's not a neutral base with that red. Woo! Who talked me into that? Whose idea was this? Some people, man. Thought y'all liked me. So now I've got this, and I'll hit this large area. Thank you, Debbie. Purple and red are so pretty together. Yeah, I was thinking, I don't have, hey, Austin, can you please look to see if I have aubergine or amethyst open? Or lucky lavender?
Aubergine, amethyst, or lucky lavender?
Yeah, I'm thinking amethyst is what I'm thinking. All these colors, and y'all pick one I don't have open. What is wrong with y'all? Amethyst. Do I have it open? What do you mean yes and no?
Yes, you got one. No, because it's completely dry.
Oh, well, see? Well, grab me one off the shelf then. And don't tell my husband. So y'all keep that secret too. I'm not pulling paint off the store shelf. I'm pulling it out of my back stock. I've got another one in reserve back there. That's the shelf I'm telling them to get off of. Don't be tattling on me. And so that is going to be our base. Okay. Now I'm going to go back. And this is the difficult part, is lining it up. Once you have, what I can do is I can leave that down where it needs to be. And then put this one on top. Okay. Austin is opening up amethyst. Peacock, Carrie says peacock is her favorite. Let's see here. Joy says that red is her favorite color. Tammy says, laugh out loud. Love you. These are going to look so good. Austin, get mom paper towels. Carrie says peacock is my favorite. You know, my colors change from project to project. It's like, this is my favorite color. No, now this is my favorite color. No, this is now my favorite color. So, you know, it depends upon my mood. That's what I said, my mood. Yeah, if Shorty's in the room or not. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Austin just handed me the, see, all right, in amethyst. And let me get a teeny tiny stencil brush. Thank you. Austin's getting me paper towels, guys. Told y'all he was awesome. And just where I see the red on my stencil is where I'm going to be plopping that purple. Did you have to put it right by my elbow?
Yes.
Oh!
How was I supposed to put it?
Somewhere that I'm not going to knock it over. I'm just going into the areas, like I said, that I see purple shining or red shining through. And that's where I'm just dabbing in a little bit of the amethyst. I'm going to give it some texture, a little bit of depth. Because like I said, doing it alone was not going to give me that pattern that I wanted. But by layering it, I will get the effect that I am looking for. Just to have a little pattern in it. And it does sound like a woodpecker. If you're worried about bleed through, unless you've really watered it down, it's not going to soak all the way through. But you can line it with either like a plastic Walmart bag, or you can line them with newspapers, magazines, anything if you're worried about it bleeding through. I've never really had a problem with it, so it's not a big deal. And there we go. So we've got a little bit of the pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back here because I didn't get enough of the pattern that I wanted. But I know I can now see my red. So if it's not already red, it's not getting purple. What do you think? Bump, 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 bump. So I will be on the Dixie Belle main page Saturday night. I will be working on my military tribute piece. of furniture using some Dixie Belle transfers on a piece of furniture. And that will be Saturday night, 7 Central. That's Texas time, y'all. That will be 8 Eastern, but 7 Central. And so there you go. We have our pattern over top. And then let's move on to the next pocket. This will dry pretty quickly. So I'm just going to put this over here. Now what I'm going to do on, can y'all see that? How do you seal it, and does it come off in the wash? Now it depends upon your paint. Let me get you guys up so I can talk face to face to you. There you go. Depending upon what paint you use, I can tell you that I have been painting with Dixie Belle for 5-6 years now, and I've been a retailer with them for I think 4 years and been doing videos for them about 3.5-4 years. Dixie Belle does not come out of your clothes easily. If you're doing it in this method, you don't need to seal it, not on jeans, not something you're going to wear. And it's one of those things that it is not going to come out of your clothes easily. It's one of the things I love about it. It takes a lot of washes for it to fade. Now, if I was doing this on a chair, something somebody's going to be sitting on, that type of thing that's not going to get a lot of washing, then I would seal it with the Easy Peasy spray wax, which is this product right there, Easy Peasy spray wax. That's what I would use to seal on fabric like a chair or the top of a bench, something like that. I would use my Easy Peasy spray wax. But I know that these are going to be thrown in the wash quite frequently. You know, I do laundry too. And so I'm not going to seal these because once you throw it in the wash, the sealer, that wax will come off. And so I'm not going to seal these. But like I said, if I was doing a chair or something like that, I would. So let's see here. Oh, another thing, like I said, you could block them like this. Or if you had a bigger stencil, this one has writing, and this is just a big butterfly. So see how if you put it end to end, the whole thing would show in a butterfly pattern. This pattern didn't go over end to end, so it wouldn't have shown the pattern. It would have just been like, what's that? But also what you do, say you've got a large pattern of this, huge, but you wanted a little butterfly in the middle of it, you could put this, the block, on top and have that pattern right there. Or you can use the open pattern and it would look like the saying is in the form of a butterfly. So, hey, Sue. Like I said, it will take many, 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 many washes for this to come out. So I am going to grab my Harlequin stencil. Many of you have seen this stencil before. I used it on top of my nightstand that I did a couple of weeks ago, and love it with the gilding waxes. Love, love, love. I'm going to make sure that this is straight. There we go. And I think for this one, because now you got me doing reds. Where did you get those stencils? This one is a Dixie Belle stencil. You can order through my affiliate link. That's up in the top of the description. These other stencils, because all this is some of my stencils, okay? Shorty and I found somebody on Craigslist that was a cake decorator. She was going out of business, and we bought all of her stencils for like $100. There was like 150, 200 different stencils in there. We got them for $100. And every once in a while, I'll pick up another stencil here or there, usually at Hobby Lobby, off eBay, that sort of thing. But we got a really good deal with this big nest of stencils, and I jumped on it. So let's see here. Let's go. We've already got red and purple back there. Okay, let's do red and purple. Let's stay with it. Let's roll with it. All right. So I'm gonna get some more on. Again, since these are jeans, I don't like the solid look on clothing. I do like it to look more faded and worn. And so I'll apply some of the paint a little bit lighter, some paint a little bit darker, just to kind of give it a worn out, because it is on denims. And it's on overalls, guys. I mean, who has a solid pattern on their overalls? So what I'm going to do this is block by block. Let me get my amethyst over here. Get my amethyst brush over here. And also by doing this wet, you will also kind of muddle in your colors. Like I said, it's just a great and fun way to kind of update your wardrobe. And so I'll move down to the next block. On fabric, fabric does have a lot more give, and using a spray wax or something like that, or a spray adhesive, I found it really doesn't help much. So I try not to use a spray adhesive when I do fabric. It's not that you can't get it to work. It's just kind of like it's more problem than it's worth. So I move kind of slowly back and forth, through and through. And I'll move block to block, area to area. There you go. One way to shut me up, right? So I'm going to move down to the next block, and I'm not going to go like all the way down the leg. I'm going to go right to where my breech is, so right where my stitching is. And then I'll come back and put a little purple in. I love this Harlequin. I do. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the Harlequin pattern. And so I'm just going to add a little bit of shading at the bottom there. And I'm kind of just doing half of the Harlequin. And I'm pounding straight down. There we go. Oh, get that blended in right there in the middle a little bit, so it's not such a stark line. between the two colors. As I was using it, it was kind of like, oh, you did half and half, and there was no blend in the middle. So I just went back with my other stencil brush, gave it a little bit of a blend right there in the center. Don't worry, guys, we're almost done with this pocket. When we're done with this, I will end this video, and then I will keep working, and I will show you guys pictures once they are completed. My bibs. And as you know, on Tuesday nights, we have a group called Painting with Whiskey and Women. It is a heck of a lot of fun. We invite you to come on over. We have a group called Painting with Whiskey and Women. And it's not about the whiskey, it's about the painting. We don't care what you're drinking. We just named it that because you can drink if you want to. Oftentimes we'll have a glass of wine or a shot of whiskey or a beer. And it's myself and Christina Thrasher, who I lovingly call Bug, from Repurposeful. And she is out of Woodstock, Georgia, and she's got her Dixie Belle ooey gooey goodness at the Marietta Antique Mall. And Jill Watson, who is not too shabby, and she is Livy. She's inside of Livy and Company in Albany, Georgia. And sometimes we have a rotating guest, and sometimes it's just the three of us crazy women on there. And so let me hold these up so you can see what we have done on this video. So taking a pair of blue jeans, pair of bib overalls, and some stencils. Look at that. In just a few minutes. So Nikki says, hello, I'm a new follower to your page from the UK. So glad you're starting to follow us, Nikki. Thank you so much. Carrie says she loves it. Tanya says, cool. So there you go. That's what we've done in just a short amount of time. Especially get this one up so you can see how